all the words. I've read dictionaries and novels and books. So I know many words that many people do not know. But it's only the filthiness that dwells in the mind that will affect your life, not the occasional thing. The same with theft or lying or things like that. In the churches they say, what does it take to make a liar? And they lay heavy burdens on you by saying, oh, one lie and you're a liar. Well, I'm here to tell you that doesn't make you a liar. You're a person who's told one lie. In fact, I think all people tell things that they don't know to be true. But they might believe them to be true. Mistakes or white lies, to cover or protect someone or something like that, you see. So these are not characterized as being lies, because later on I was to meet a man who was a liar. He couldn't help but lie. He even had flecks of foam at the corner of his mouth as he was once again shaping himself, not just his mouth, to shape, to create, to make a lie. And he was a liar and a con man, and with a huge record of conning people. That is what a liar is. Almost an incorrigible man, and he went out of his way to prey on Christian folk and cheated many Christian people from money, thinking that he was getting away with a great victory. But really, the sums of money in terms of a lifetime's earnings are very small, really should not affect one at all. But he thought he was getting away with it. He was definitely a liar. What am I saying here? I'm saying I had a sin life. I liked women, I had drugs, I smoked a great deal. I had the pride of life. I was pleased with myself. I was pleased with my career as an artist. Check this. No, how it's going. It's going all right. The pride of life. Yes, neither did I drink or gamble particularly. So money was not a great thing, but the pride of life, the sensuality, the beauty, or particularly of women, was a great temptation. Anyway, I was away from God. The original sin of Adam and Eve had not struck me as anything pertinent or particularly personal. I didn't feel bad. Felt rather good, really, I suppose. And people took me so, because I was well-read, polite, nice, kind, etc. A good guy. I thought I was a nice guy, a friendly man. I was perhaps to discover and find out otherwise. So I began praying actively, proactively, without the scripture. As I said, in the churches I attended, the Mass occasionally contained, a woman at the well, or the Good Samaritan, or some such short, pithy scripture. But that's all I was equipped with. Catholicism is not strong on biblical theology. The strongest item of theology I remember from Catholicism was the war in heaven, that the devil was cast down to the earth. I think this is incorrect. I think the devil was cast down to the second heaven, not the... The strongest part of Catholic theology that I recall, the only part I today even find useful, was the clear delineation of the notion that the devil was cast down to earth. I believe this to be partly or mainly incorrect. He was cast down into the second heaven, where he can intersect with paradise, with Adam and Eve, quite directly, and speak to Adam and Eve as he did, because they intersect between the first heaven, which is earth, and the second heaven, which is like space, the cosmos, the air, the principalities and powers of the air. But they've been cast out of the third heaven, where God dwells. Nevertheless, and the picture grows quite clearly from that teaching, that the end is in the beginning and the beginning is in the end, and that the human race eventually, through the new children in the kingdom, especially the increase of numbers there, are to make up the numbers of heaven that are lacking. So a third of the angels were cast down. So the good angels outnumber the bad 2 to 1. On this earth, though, the wicked and the indifferent, both of whom end up burnt, one to be ashes under our feet, as the scripture says, annihilated, or when you're dead, in the popular teaching. Well, that's quite correct. However, God will vomit out this dust, this vomit out of his mouth of the lukewarm, and that is the eternal fuel for the fires of hell. So it's not a particularly nice fate, whichever way you look at it, whether it's eternal damage and hurt and destruction, eternal torment, or a period of burning that's to be burnt up. That's still going to be very, very painful. Let's put it that way. To be turned into the ash, which is then vomited out as the fuel for heaven. So he's going to make use of them because he made them. And if they refuse to be made use of, he will force that use upon them. And the wicked, the really wicked, are those who consciously and deliberately rebel. They proactively defy God. They shake their fist at God and continue to do so. I mean, youthful people and immature persons do this for a time, and it's quite a rush, I suppose, to call yourself an atheist and stand independently and so on and so forth. But the plain fact is one must have concourse and society and communication and community with others. And the best way to do this is to everybody to be reading from the same page, the page of God's creation. Let all the earth, let all the heavens declare the glory of God, and nature itself declares the glory of God. We have our conscience, which tells us even those in countries to